What's up, Mystic Manifesting family? Nick with Mystic Manifesting. It's nearly 1 in the morning. Just finished editing a video for Muscular Mystic. If you're not following that channel, go check it out. Tomorrow's video is going to have a little, not much, but a little bit of manifesting lessons at the end. Anyway, let's get into what this one is. I want to talk about a technique, the secret technique, the one that will manifest all your desires. Now, this is just a technique I used while spiraling, while having bad moments in my manifestation journey that I will still use at times, and it's on condition. Some people might have a hard time using it in their journey, some people might have an easy time using it. It depends on if you have memories of something. Say you're trying to manifest something back, i.e., an ex, or if you're trying to manifest a something like a job that in the field that you've had, so you could use a good memory at a time that you like this. I'm kind of already getting into it. So anyway, it's called the three memory technique. I use this while manifesting a specific person, and everybody wants to know the specific person thing. So we'll stick with it and go forward from there. So if you're manifesting a specific person, if you're trying to reconcile a relationship with a family member or a friend or something like that, if you're trying to manifest something similar to something that you've had in the past, then the memory technique is good for you and it will serve you. Now, I don't know if anyone else teaches it. It's something I used and it's something I think you could benefit from. Oftentimes, we're going to go through this journey and people go right to the end. Yes, even Neville said, go right to the end. We can do that. We should do that. It's kind of the whole premise of this. But there's more than one way to manifest a cat, right? What did we do? We had the video where I manifested a cat too. Specific cat. So just to let you know, you can have everything you want in this world, exactly whatever you want, but you need to apply the techniques and do it. Be doers of the word, not just hearers, right? So trying to put this together, like I said, it's 1 in the morning and I just finished editing a video and setting up another. um, I'm trying to give you an example. My particular example was, and this is how it's going to show you thought transmission too. Why whatever you assume is happening in the background is happening in the background. I'm going to give you two examples. This is a little tidbit of thought transmission. First example, it won't be specific person related, but it will be specific person related. I was working this job and I kept getting passed up for the promotion. Those of you who've been around the channel, you know this. I will use the same stories that I've used again and again because those are the things that prove to me that this is real. Now, I've experienced other stuff after, but it's like I think the first time you experience it, just like sex, the first time you experience it, that's going to be the most memorable and exciting one that you want to talk about all the time. Everything else is just filler. Now, there could be a really good one that comes up, and I'm not going to rule that out, whether it be sex or or manifestation. Anyway, all jokes aside, let's get down to it. When I was, this is thought transmission part, then we're going to go into the memory technique. I was going through this thing, getting turned down for the job. I met the boss's wife only one time, and I was able to picture her face, her sound, and like the vibe of her and who she was and stuff like that. So I would picture this dude going home and him saying, like, bragging about how he passed me up for the job, and then I would have him thinking, oh, maybe I didn't. And this is, I was getting lost in this. Instead of having a fight with him in my mind, which I was doing often, or getting angry and upset at the situation, or thinking about how I'm going to pop him in the mouth next time I see him, I stayed calm and thought about, okay, cool. I'm just going to let this play out and I don't care about what happens in the future. You know what? Right now, he's probably talking to his wife about it, sitting there, and she sees him stressing because he feels bad about turning me down for this promotion, and he knows that he's in the wrong and I'm in the right, and blah blah blah. I just pictured all these things. Why? Because they made me feel good. That's better than sitting there getting angry and hyping yourself up. Long story short, when it comes down to it, and he wants to give me this promotion, goes to the point of like, look, I was talking to my wife the other day, and even she's like, really, you didn't give him that? So everything I visualized was happening in the background. That's why when people ask me, oh, what do you think's happening in the background? What are you thinking? And now let me give you another one. Like I said, when me and SP broke up that one time, I was picturing her best friend who I only met one time, and I knew her vibe and I knew how she looked and kind of like that. But it's only a one-time meeting. You don't know if this is really the person's vibe. As you get to know them later on, it is. Like I had met that guy's wife a few more times after that, and it's like that was her vibe. That was her, like SP's best friend's vibe. Like everything I picked up. So it's like whatever you're picturing in the background, that is exactly what's happening. So I would picture her having this inner like I was just having the inner conversation is just of them. I'm just the fly on the wall watching. Oh, I wish I would have never left Nick. I wish I didn't break up with him. Yeah, you know, you really messed up. You should be with him, blah, blah, blah. And I was picturing it in the only room that I see, one of the only rooms I've seen in her house, because I only been to her house one time at this point. So it's like I'm taking what I know in the three-dimensional world, I'm taking what I've experienced in life, and I am playing that out in my mind's eye, focusing on it. Why? Because it's making me feel good now versus me getting all upset, jacked up, and angry, and upset, and crying, and spiraling, and getting anxiety. Your thoughts are the only things that are putting you in a peak state, heaven on earth, or the low state of hell on earth. You're the one who's doing that to yourself in your mind, and you get to choose what you want to experience. Do we all have times where our thoughts get away and we experience hell on earth? Hell yeah, we do. But as Reverend Ike says, heaven yes, or whatever he says. But like, let's say heaven yes. We're going to say yes to heaven and creating heaven on earth. If you can't think of something good in the present and you can't think of something good in the end and go to the end, there were times I was like this. I said, you know, let me just take a couple deep breaths. I just wish things could go back the way they were. And it was just something that made me feel good. I was like, what was the time I really felt good with her? And I would go back to this time when we were together on the beach and I felt my feet in the sand and how the graininess felt and how hot the sand was. It felt a little burning, and I was just doing the best to ignite my senses back into that moment. I'm putting myself mentally into that state. But physically, I'm getting a physiological response. That's like I said before. You know, you picture doing a sexual act, you're fucking rock hard. If you're before you go into the gym, you're picturing hitting your biceps or your triceps or something, just like I was doing today. And like they're flexing. You're driving to the gym and they're flexing, and you don't even realize it until you get there and you relax. And it's like, oh shit, your body has a physiological response to your mind. So why would the rest of the world not do it? If everything starts in here, it projects out here. It's easier to believe all body and mind are connected, but everything you see out there, out here, has originally started in your mind. Here's how I could prove it. When I used to the one memory I kept banking on, it wasn't banking on for anything actually. It was just something that made me feel good. It was just the one thing in my mental piggy bank that made me feel good, which was picturing me and her at the beach. She dropped some salsa on her titties, and I licked it off, and it was funny. And she introduced me to her family, and I was having a good time meeting her family, and like everybody was getting along. I was being a comedian, everyone was laughing, and it was the first time I did comedy in a long time. So I caught the feeling of how it felt for people to be laughing at my jokes again, for how it felt to like be in like this new group of people, and how these new people affected me and made me feel how in love and this nice feeling I was having with her, how connected we felt, how fun and free we felt together. I'm connecting to those feelings. We had many memories at this point. I had known her for 6 to 8 months. I just kept focusing on that. When I met her friend again for the second time, and when she orchestrated the whole thing for us to get back together, the bridge of incidents and stuff like that, she told me, you know, she always talks about the time you guys went to the beach, and I had been consistently stuck in that for the past 2 weeks. She goes, yeah, recently she's really been talking about it a lot. And then she goes, and then she brought up, and I forgot what the other one was, but the beach one really set out because, you know, that was the one thing that was really in my mind. And then there was like another thing I pictured. And she goes, and she used to talk about this thing that you did or whatever. It wasn't really a scene per se, but it was just like a, I don't know, conversation or something. It's killing me now because the further away I get from this event, that's why I tried to make so many videos on it. And like I said, on a couple videos in the lives, it gets tiresome doing the SP stuff after time because I've got other goals in life, and you guys have other goals in life. And once you manifest SP, you kind of move on. So it's kind of like sometimes you get burned out talking that same topic, and the further you get away from it, the more you kind of forget. So hopefully, all my original videos have covered so much of it. But the point is, I don't think I ever made a video on this. Using good memories, and the hack is if you've experienced something with a certain person, a certain field, even if it's in sports or something like that. Right now, I'm going to a new gym, and this gym has fired up the feelings in me that I used to have when I was 15, 16 years old wanting to compete. My workouts have been insane this past week, and I've wanted to find a friend to work out with. One of my best friends who I haven't been able to work out with in forever, somehow the scheduling was always there, but we never realized that. We found a gym right in the middle before he goes to work and after I get off. There's a good amount of time where he's able to do his family stuff and I'm able to do my channel and my responsibilities and stuff like that. And we're both able to go to our day jobs and have this time together at a good old school hardcore gym and push each other. That feeling reignites what I used to have. But when I was going to these other gyms, One of them actually was the same chain I worked for. I worked for a chain, not really an old school type gym, but I was in the feeling over there, like remembering when I was doing cardio. Cardio is the best time to manifest. For those of you who don't know, it's like low intensity, long hour-long cardio. It's just a time to lock in, just playing some stuff to positive things just to go through your head. Is just like that's like I guess robotic affirming, just as long as there's positive shit going through your head. But I would just run through it and like think, yeah, I remember when me and my buddy Justin, who was the manager, I'm like, yeah, we used to do these Mad Libs in the back, and I learned what Mad Libs was, and we used to have all this fun. And there was the crazy guy who worked there, and then there was the other dude busting the light bulb that we used to work with and always causing a problem. There was the dude on cocaine. There was my two friends Nick and Josh. Like, oh man, we had a great time together. So I was just getting lost in that, and like this gym, the one gym I was going to, it had all those vibes, but it didn't have. It felt empty somehow. This new gym has none of those old school vibes from where I was. It has more old school classic bodybuilding vibes, but it's reignited a physiological response in me. And I was focused on wanting that feeling by just going back into doing. And it wasn't even something I was really desiring. It was just something I was doing because it made me feel good. Wherever your thoughts go dominantly, that's where your life is going to be. If you're dwelling on the past, that's where your future is going to be. If you're in like most of the time, nobody's in the present. The present is fucking powerful. The present's where you create, but most of the time we're dwelling on the past, and then the past is creating feelings in the present, and the present is creating your future. So you're doomed to repeat the past as long as you're focused on the negative past. You're focused on someone being an asshole in the past. That's actually not just in the past. You're creating it and keeping it there in your past, not revising it. You're also letting it exist in your present and inadvertently creating it in your future. So you have a track record of that now versus you're only remembering beautiful things of the past. So when your mind in the present is going to the past, it's only remembering beautiful things, which makes it easier to think of beautiful things in the moment and be grateful. And that's where your gratitude comes in, grateful for all the things you have right now in the moment, which creates miracles in the future. That is a simple formula to it. So I don't want this video to go on too long because I got to post another one, and tomorrow is Thursday, so this will be posted on Thursday. Friday I should have another video for you guys, or Saturday. Tomorrow is Thursday as well. So when this video drops, you'll see it. If you want to join Discord, there is a link down below. We're going to do a Discord live where you'll have a chance to speak with me. Everybody gets to be speakers, or they get to be what do you call it? They're either speaking or you could be in the chat down there. We go through stuff. We're not doing the group meditation tomorrow, but possibly Saturday that we'll be doing that, or Friday. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but there will be 2 lives this week in there. If you want that, if you want coaching, that is also down below. The pricing went back to normal. The sale's over. Otherwise, if not, just keep enjoying this channel. There's my link tree if you want merchants down there, and if you want to go look at the Muscular Mystic page where I'm vlogging, doing fitness stuff. A lot of people have been asking about fitness advice and fitness things, and I'll give that in the lives. I love fitness; that's my passion and stuff like that. So, if you want, jump over there, watch those videos, watch those vlogs, bring that positive energy, and take your mind off fully manifesting. Because it's just who I am. It's part of my life. I'm living the manifesting lifestyle. So are you. But see how to apply it like in a day to day, where it's like it's not your main focus. It's just your underlying, like you always know it's there. You always know your thoughts are creating and stuff like that. But take a look at that channel, Muscular Mystic. And like I said, the link will be down below. Check it out if you want and comment there and help me bring that channel alive. And I'll start doing more lives over there as well. And those will just be hangout and fun lives and stuff like that. And when I start streaming, I'll let you guys know when we start playing video games and stuff like that. But I got a lot of stuff going where I'm trying to engage with the audience. And revitalize a lot of things I wanted to do in my life before. Speaking of memories, things that didn't work out in the past, I'm making them work out now this year. So I've got my goals and my priorities for this year. This channel is a big one. I want to keep posting stuff. So ask questions. Join the Discord. There is a free section of the Discord. If you join, you could be in the general part, and then there's like a general discussion. You can join that part. Come to the lives on Mondays. I know I haven't been really good at scheduling it, but I'm going to try to get better. I go through periods of being good at the schedule and periods of not being good with the schedule. But come around, hang out. If not, hopefully this video finds you well. This video gives you everything that you need, and that's it, and you're done. If not, and you still get your desire and you want to hang out, I'll be here. But I love you guys very much. You got this. You can't fuck it up, and it's all working out in your favor. See ya.